Hello and welcome, all friends and devotees of yoga, meditation, and Buddhist studies. Today is the 16th. Today is Friday, the 16th of October, 2015. I'm just going to continue reading the Dhammapada Sutras. The Dhammapada Sutra is a summary of the wisdom of the Buddha. This research I did over 10 years ago, and now I have the opportunity to publish them publish them as videos. For all those who are watching my videos for the first time, I'd like to introduce you to the Dhammapada Sutras. The Dhammapada Sutras, the Buddha had what is called the Tripitakas. He really had what is called in English the three baskets. Tripitaka means three baskets. He had volumes and volumes and volumes of sutras. But then the Dhammapada is the summary of all the sutras, the summary of the wisdom of the Buddha, the summary of Buddha's wisdom, or the wisdom of the Buddha in a nutshell. That's what the Dhammapada is. In a nutshell, in summary, succinct, clear, short verses summarizing the wisdom of the enlightened master, the Buddha. So I'm going to read verses 146 to 156, talking about old age. Old age, this is chapter 11, I guess. Chapter 11. When you are always aflame with craving, snared and dissatisfied, why the laughter? Why seek laughter? Why the pleasure? Why seek pleasure? When you are trapped and endangered entirely in the dark, will you not seek and search out vital light with which to see? This is verse 146 of the Dhammapada. These translations I did over 10 years ago when I worked on the Holy Bible as well as the Dhammapada translations in English language. Verse 147. Behold the wretched structure consisting of a variety of sections, all injured, a nicely beautified zombie, remote controlled, ever lacking perfect care and maintenance, doomed to infections and sicknesses, and downed ultimately as it finds no permanence. The Buddha is describing human old age. Verse 148. Aging, this flesh gradually becomes inefficient and useless, a shell of ailments and sicknesses, ever breaking down, the structure burdened with pollutants and overwhelming defects ultimately collapses, and this existence is concluded by the departure to the next. Verse 149. Just like pots in the fall, when these bones, like ashes in hue, are dumped and wasted, where is the joy in staring at such horror? Where is the joy in staring at such horror? Verse 149, that was. Verse 150. A large town of bony construction with a pulpy patchwork, the dwellers being infected and corrupted aging process, and the ultimate departure process, pretense and conceit. Verse 151. The royal vehicle, magnificent as it is, ages and gradually ruins. The human flesh surely ages, becoming corrupted. The truth, established by the holy men, never grows old, nor ever pause. The holy men themselves declare this fact. That was verse 151. We'll be proceeding to verse 152. A person lacking knowledge only grows old, like a cow. He develops not in wisdom, nor intelligence, only physically, bodily growth, that is. Verses 153 and 154 were translated. I had to translate them jointly. They are sort of together. Lacking knowledge, I have been born and reborn again and again. 153, 154. in a continuous cycle, looking and searching for the architect who constructed this home, this wretched, feeble flesh we all have as humans. To be born and reborn again and again is suffering. However, architect, I have discovered your secrets. I now know you very well. You have no further business constructing my home. You must stop immediately. Your roofing beams are ruined. The central strips supporting your roofing beams are doomed by age and completely useless. I am liberated from roaming thoughts, my soul and memory unbound. I am through with desires and suffering. Verse 155. Like worn-out cranes collapsing by a useless pond with no fish, foolish men age and gradually perish, who abandoned the way and discipline of the holy life, and who failed to accumulate or achieve possessions and resources when still young and able. Concluding verse 156. It's very similar to 155. The Buddha is saying that when you are young and capable, you should work hard, work diligently, work very hard, strenuously hard, as much as possible. Don't wait until old age before you begin to regret pastimes that were idled away and lazed away and lost. Concluding verse 156, pretty similar to 155. Like bent and broken spears and swords, foolish men are soon downed and ruined, only regretting wasted times and opportunities. Foolish men who abandon the way and discipline of the holy life and who failed to accumulate or achieve possessions and resources when still young and able. So I'll leave this to your contemplation. You contemplate on these verses. Of course, the Dhammapada, as I said, is the summary of the wisdom of the Buddha. Is the summary. The wisdom of the Buddha is regarded as light, infinite light, enlightenment. It's like infinite light. The light shining infinitely is so powerful. It's beyond words. I can't describe it in this tiny video. So the wisdom is infinite light, light that has no end. So you contemplate on the verses, you reflect on them, and the objective of this is to bring you tranquility and serenity and peace of mind, which brings you happiness as well and joy. This was the objective of the Buddha, the master, who spoke these words, which are regarded as infinite light themselves. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me in the email address I gave you previously. Namo Amitofo.